Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Veronica, are you in immediate life-threatening danger?
At this precise moment, no.
Then I'm hanging up.
Wait. My go-to temptress just canceled on me, and I need an AV wizard to be my eyes and ears for a scenario I've got going down at 4.
Hey, I love to help, but I've got my own scenario going on right here.
Wallace, if you're getting all that Jackie love with $2 in your pocket, imagine what you'd get with, say, 200?
You didn't ask how high.
What?
Didn't Goldilocks say jump?
It is not even like that.
What's it like?
We're friends, Jackie. If she needs me, I'm gonna come through, just like she would for me.
Right. I guess you have different rules here where I'm from. The girl you make out with is the one you do favors for. And they have to have a chat with Miss Pixie Stick.
I wouldn't do that. She's not somebody you want to piss off.
Neither am I.
Well, golly gee, look who it is. It's the podcast listeners in podcast listening land. Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching every episode of Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I'm Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 4, titled Green-Eyed Monster, directed by Jason Blum, written by Dana Lynn North, original air date October 19th, 2005, to an audience of 3.05 million people. Before we get into the episode, everybody, we got a shout-out. A shout-out. We got to shout out Mark. Mark is trying so hard to influence what the next show is going to be on Patreon after we're done with Dollhouse, which patreon.com/boyswatching Buffy. We're on the last episode of Dollhouse today, as of this this day of podcast release. I don't know where I went with that.
This day, as of this recording, I thought you were going to say.
As of this recording, this day. The day that this comes out is also the day that the last episode of Dollhouse came out. So if you're listening in the future, that's where we're at.
Yes.
So yeah, Mark sent us a couple things from the Amazon wishlist. He sent us a couple books. And by us a couple books, I mean Vance, because we all know I'm illiterate.
When Joe says he's reading his notes, he's like listening to his voice recordings at the same time.
They're just like crayon drawings on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Your Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark got us a book from Discord is reviving the book club. You know? And they're doing the All Systems Red book that inspired the show Murderbot on Apple. So, yeah. We got that book and another book another con man turned defense attorney book that I like, that I put on the list from a while ago. So I'm excited about this, Mark. Thank you for the wish list gifts and bribes. And with that, we will announce next episode what we will be doing on Patreon post Dollhouse.
So yeah, shout out Mark. Appreciate it. And join our Discord. That's where there's been fucking craziness going. There's mayhem in our Discord. In the general chat, we had our bracket for what we're going to do next after Dollhouse that the listeners created. That one wrapped up, and now they're creating a movies bracket. And for what movies we should do next on our Patreon. And speaking of that, announcement time. This has been bandied about a bunch. Vance hinted when we dropped the episode of Dollhouse on the main feed, the pilot, there were Easter eggs in there about, hey, maybe something's coming down the pipe. And Vance got called out for engagement baiting. I think it was Tofu Lover.
Mm-hmm.
Tofu tried to call Vance's bluff. We weren't bluffing. The Easter eggs were there, people, because the next movie that we're doing on Boys Watching Movies, the movie for August, is The Matrix. Doing The Matrix, everybody.
Yeah. Joe will have seen The Matrix.
Yep. I will have been doing bullet time. I recorded the entire podcast episode in a bullet time backbend just in honor of the movie.
It was a good thing we don't have video for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it was just a crotch shot.
Yeah.
Techno was playing so hard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, be on the lookout for The Matrix on our Boys Watching Movies tier. And yeah. Anything else to announce? I think that's everything.
We should announce some. Let's dive straight into Veronica Mars, which I presume people are here for.
That's what they're here for, I guess.
We
Not
should
just the announcements.
We should talk about last episode and the fact that you being a fan of the theme song and Dandy Warhol's.
Yeah. Did not recognize
or appreciate the voice of lead singer Courtney in the karaoke scene of last episode. And me, known detractor of the theme song, which I will say, in my defense, has grown on me more because I've heard it every time, but it's still not my favorite. I also stated that Courtney during that scene started to grow on me at the end of the song. But it was also, But you were like, no, I don't like his vibe. I don't like his sound. I don't like anything about him. I wish this person never existed and nothing they ever made in their life will ever amount to anything.
I did a whole breakdown of his outfit and how awful it was, how terrible his voice was. Lo and behold, it's the singer of the Dandy Warhols, who is a band that I actually enjoy. I have 2 of their albums.
We used to be friends.
To be fair, on like the songs that I really enjoy by the Dandy Warhols, he does not sound like that. Like Bohemian Like You, that was their like other big song.
Well, you like the theme song, though, like and he sounds like that a lot. He literally does. He does exactly what he did in the karaoke.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the effects. Maybe it wasn't a ballad. I don't know. Maybe it works differently. But I did not recognize that guy. Yeah. It was one of those things where, like, I don't think I've ever seen what the Dandy Warhols look like. You know, you have bands like that where you're like, I don't know what this person is, and you're like, oh my god, that's a black guy. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a white guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was in an alternate universe where I was thinking it was a green-eyed girl. So,
yeah.
Speaking of the Matrix and stuff like that, our conversation, a little teaser for the conversation that we'll have in that podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crack open because you promoted it so majorly. The strawberry watermelon ice.
Yeah, dude. I'm going back to an old trusty classic, Watermelon Burst.
Now you get to really compare the two.
I did not sleep well last night. We're back on that train. Do you remember there was like a streak of episodes where like neither of us were sleeping well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm back on it.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's fucking great, dude. It like good. The Dandy Warhols, it's going to grow on you throughout this episode. Because my first sip, I was like, this is pretty good. And then like midway through the episode, I was like, I got to stop, everybody. This is the greatest.
Yeah.
But season 2, episode 4, Green-Eyed Monster. What did we predict for this bad SOB?
I'll start with me. I said that it would be a baseball mascot competition where one of them dies. Jackie asks Veronica for help. That did not happen. Complete strikeout. And you said Beaver confronts Logan about sleeping with Kendall. Logan is a green-eyed monster. And we get no follow-up on the whole Beaver Casablanca situation.
Well, I was half right.
What? How? Logan is a green-eyed monster.
Beaver.
No, I'm saying that you did not say that. You did not say. You literally said Beaver confronts Logan about sleeping with Kendall.
Yeah.
You did not say that we would not get follow-up.
We both didn't even realize that green-eyed monster is a term for jealousy.
Yeah.
We were way off last episode. We fucked up like the finance thing. I saw you guys talking about like financial fraud.
I don't think we fucked that up that much. I mean, I don't know. The housing
crisis. Way over my head. I was looking at it in the Discord and I was like, I'm not even going to try to fucking parse this out.
They were talking about it's a little different than the housing market, but it was still the same fundamental issue.
Well, let us hop into Green-Eyed Monster then. So episode opens up with, a recap of all of season 2 so far.
And then we get into my favorite thing that you immediately said was going to happen after saying it wouldn't happen. And I'm looking at Joe's blank face right now because he now does not realize what he said last episode. So now I'm waiting for the moment when he reads his notes.
So the episode opens up with Veronica at the Mars office, and she's calling the hospital about Meg. And Meg's doing better. Meg's on the mend, it seems like, or she, right?
No, she's setting up a visit, trying to see visiting hours for Meg.
Yeah.
Last episode.
Is that what I said?
You said
not going to do?
You said, I was like, why? She hasn't even gone to visit Meg. And you said, who goes visit? Why would she go to visit her? She's in a coma. And then you're like, oh, she's going to go visit her next episode or within the next 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff. Great podcasting. Great.
Hey, it's good podcasting. Terrible memory. She's going to go visit Meg, and some lady barges into the office, and she wants to hire Keith she wants to hire Keith for basically looking into her boyfriend / potential fiance. This guy named Colin Nevin. This woman, his name is Julie, and she wants to know. Veronica's like upselling her on all these different packages, and this woman basically wants them to stalk her boyfriend, like just go into his house, go through his computer, look at his phone records, know everything about this guy. Mm-hmm. And Keith eventually shows up as Veronica's pitching all of the different packages to her. And Keith's like, Veronica, I can't take this case. Like, I'm running for sheriff. I can't even handle the caseload that I already have. We can't take this case with this girl, Julie. So Keith goes into his office and Veronica's like, sure, you're too busy to take the case, Keith, but Veronica Mars isn't. And especially for that amount of money, because Julie is like, I'm fucking rich, my dude. I will pay whatever. So Veronica calls up Julie to like kind of fake that she's going to tell her not to hire Keith. And she's like, oh, you should check out Vinnie Van Lowe. And Keith gives like Veronica the evilest eye. Did you notice there was like a weird close-up of the phone on Veronica's ear during this scene?
It's not weird. It's a close-up on the phone and you hear the dial tone because she's not talking to anyone.
Okay. I didn't hear the dial tone. I just saw that. I was like, what was that about? I assumed it was the dial tone.
Yeah, because she's like basically making a fake cancel phone call in front of Keith so that so he thinks she canceled it, which is egregious, Veronica. Egregious. And I knew it was a fake phone call once we did it because I was like, of course she's taking this case. But secondly, Keith wants Veronica to study so that she can win the Kane scholarship. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing, Keith? You're still trying to get the Kane scholarship? Can't you just call that?
Kane scholarship still exists?
Can't you just call that guy up and be like, hey, you know the girl who found the murderer of your of your daughter? You mind paying for her college?
Yeah.
That's it. That would be the phone call. I'd be like, can you do me that solid? That's it.
Also,
I hope you don't. Let's see if you go to jail or not. If you don't go to jail or not, can you at least pay for her college?
Yeah. Also, in this episode, we find out that the place that Veronica works is called Jabba the Hutt.
They've said that previous episodes too.
They have?
Yeah.
Maybe I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But they reference it several times in this episode. I was like, ugh, what a terrible name for a place.
It's punny.
It's not even Star Wars themed. They should have some kind of Star Wars stuff. If they're going to have it named Jabba the Hutt.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, Veronica's going to take the case. She goes.
It looks like a cantina, though. It looks like a cantina kind of in there.
I mean, we thought it was a bar.
That's what I'm saying. It looks more cantina-ish, so I'll give it a little bit of like trying to go halfway, but you don't want to go full theme. You don't want to go full theme.
Go full theme.
No, that
Have you
won't
ever
last
been
long.
to Scum and Villainy bar out here?
Almost. A friend had a birthday party there, but I didn't go.
It's a nice place, cool place. Star Wars themed restaurant in LA.
In seedy Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard. But yeah, Veronica's taking the case. She meets up with Julie, and Julie thinks that Colin is cheating on her, and she's worried because she's rich, and she's been acting like she's not rich because she wants to test Colin to see if he actually likes her or if he's just into her money. And this guy, Colin, he's been making a bunch of lame excuses to get out of the house. And there's a picture of a woman on the bar stand at his bar in his house. And she doesn't know who it is. And she thinks it might be his ex or some lady that he's cheating on Julie with or something. And she's like, you got to look into this, Veronica.
How long do you think they've been dating? Because this is very confusing.
Yeah. Yep.
When you get to the end, you're like, this. There's a lot happening for this to seem like it's been a couple months of dating, at most.
It's at least been 2 weeks, at least.
But for the things that are happening, it needs to have been a year.
Yeah. It needs to have been at least 6 months.
At least minimum 6 months.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, Julie's like, to say this, like Julie is hiring Veronica for this because Julie went through Colin's bag and saw an engagement ring.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, he might propose to me, but I want to do like a thorough background check. I think that something suspicious is going on here.
And she says she has been cheated on a bunch by the people that she's been dating beforehand. So she does have that background.
And they find out that she's rich or something, and that's all they want. And then there's always people stepping out. And
so she's pretending to be middle class right now.
Yeah. Julie, man.
I had so many different thoughts at the end. Like I watched this a couple of days ago, so like it's not as like fresh where I would have come in as hot with my take, but we'll talk about it when we get to the end. It's a little more nuanced than the show wants you to have when it ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what to think of her, but I had thoughts as the episode kept progressing. I was just like, God.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. So we go over to the Fennel house where Alicia's getting ready to go out for the day. Fennel, sorry.
Yeah, get his name right. I don't want Wallace slapping you across your face.
Alicia and Wallace are getting ready for their day, and Wallace is all excited because he's got a date with Jackie where he's going to help her with her trigonometry. And Alicia's like, you don't even know trigonometry. And Wallace is like, hey, whatever. I'm spending time with a hot babe that doesn't know trigonometry. We'll figure it out together. And then Wallace's little brother,
7-year-old brother.
Yep. That has gone missing for several episodes, forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
He asks Wallace, hey man, are you hitting that?
And then they all just laugh and laugh.
It's a nice family moment there.
It's so weird, and the scene is like 80 yard. It sounds these scenes in the house sound 80 yard.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Wallace is talking about hooking up with this girl like in front of his mom, like real blatantly. And then the kid says that, and the mom doesn't go, "Hey, watch it," or anything.
Yeah, not like, "Where'd you learn that?" or any like.
They just laugh at it.
Yeah. Actually, I think she does ask, like, "Where'd you learn that?" Or
but it's not. It's not one of those like, "Hey, don't talk like that."
Yeah,
you're 7. Like,
yeah.
And then they go outside, and we see that Wallace has a car. He drives off.
Yes, he does.
Got a car.
He's got his own car.
Yeah.
He drives off to go to school. Alicia waves goodbye to him, and as she's waving goodbye, another car passes by. And who's in that car? But the cop from Chicago. He's tracked Alicia down, and Alicia is motherfucking shook, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
We get like that weird slow-mo, like janky slow-mo to show how shook she is.
She should have never gone to Chicago. She was a fool for doing that.
Yeah.
You gotta come on. Keith is not that charming. You could be like, "Keith, sorry, I gotta watch my 7-year-old." That's it. Done.
Chicago's a big city. I mean, I have a bunch of exes out here.
Who cares how big the city is? Don't go to it. That's the risk you take. That's the risk.
Okay. All right. Well,
was it worth it to hang in a hotel room for Keith for one night?
They also danced.
They dance at the Neptune Grand all the time.
Yeah, but they danced at the Chicago Grand.
They could have gone.
Nice change of scenery.
He's on the New York Times bestseller list. He can go to New York.
True. It's number 97 or whatever.
Yeah, they can go anywhere. Yeah. Just don't go to Chicago. Just don't ever go back to Chicago. Done.
Yeah. Well, she did. And now she's got a guy stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
So we then go to Veronica. Veronica's at a track, and she's taking pictures of this guy, Colin, with her Nikon. And she gets a call from Julie, and Julie's like, "Did you find anything out?" And Veronica's like, "Honestly, no. I mean, this guy hasn't done anything suspicious at all." And then Julie's like, "Well, I looked into his phone records, and he's gotten a call from a number like at least 20 times. Can you look into that?" And Veronica's like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I'm going to tell you, dude, like, this guy seems like a normal guy." Julie's like, "He's not."
Veronica's like, I put in like the bare minimum of work.
Yeah.
I tracked him during the middle of the day.
Yep. I followed him to one location.
He seems good. He seems good. He runs a little funny, but he seems good.
Can I get my money?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Veronica's going to look into that phone number that Colin's been chatting with a bunch. So then we go to the Mars investigations office. Alicia brings Keith a ham sandwich, and Keith is like, "Do you realize the male fantasy that you just unlocked? A woman bringing a man a sandwich?" And I was like, "Ooh, Keith."
She shows up, and it's like ass in front of the camera, and her holding the bag and like shaking it, and it's like it's weird because it's not even lit well.
No. Yeah, and then Keith is just on cloud 9 eating this sandwich. He's like, "This is the best ham and cheese sandwich."
It is a school lunch sandwich. It is.
Yep.
It is some deli slices of ham, some American cheese on like white or wheat bread. It's not a deli. It's not like a deli sandwich. It's somebody slapped this together at home and put it in a brown paper bag.
Yeah, Wallace opens up his lunchbox. He's like, "Fuck, where's my lunch?"
Yeah.
Jacked it from Wallace. But Keith is devouring this sandwich, and then Alicia's like, "Hey, can I ask you a favor?" Keith's like, "Yeah, sure." And Alicia goes, "You got a spare gun I can borrow?" Keith's like, "Honey, you what you need a gun for?" And Alicia's like, "Well, all right. So you know that dude that was calling me Sherry in Chicago? He's actually an old boyfriend of mine. And Sherry was his nickname for me. And he drove by my house yesterday morning. So he followed me out here. And Keith is like, hey, interesting that you bring this up now. Remember in the elevator when I asked you about that? And she's like, yeah, I know. I was just thrown off. And Keith's like, all right.
I still don't buy that Keith wouldn't have looked into that and read through her. A guy does not chase you from the bar to the elevator. And whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Keith is wearing his rose-tinted glasses around Alicia.
If someone is calling after you twice like that and you have nothing to hide, or you don't feel like you're in immediate danger, if you're her, you would have turned around to be like, who's calling me? Not like, let's hurry up, hit the elevator, hit the button.
Yeah, I mean, even if like, she could have been like, oh my God, that's my ex, we gotta get out of here. And then Keith's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
No,
she has to give him something, not like, oh, that was just some random guy who saw me, got up off the bar, followed me to the elevator. Yeah. And he didn't even sound like he was like wasted and just like, and if it was someone that had the wrong person, he would be like, who are you looking for? I think Keith would have at least turned around and been like, who are you looking for? This isn't Sherry. But
yeah, her name's Alicia. Yeah. And I'm boning her.
And I'm boning her. I would put that back, Keith, because Keith's face in this scene is so weird at the end. Dude, I love every choice that Keith makes because it's so opposite of what I would think someone would do.
Yeah, Keith's acting, the acting choices that this guy makes are so mind-boggling, but they're interesting.
They make the show for me, really. Like I'm in it for Keith. Maybe it's because we're older now. Like Keith's just, yeah.
So she's like, yeah, that's my ex. He drove by my house. He followed me. Keith's like, well, I'm not going to give you a gun that you don't know how to use in a house with a 7-year-old kid. But I know something that you can snuggle up to at night that'll protect you. And Alicia's like, barf, but I guess.
I need this role. I need it.
I mean, it's also funny because Alicia seems to be like towering over Keith, and he's like looking up at her with that like Charlie Brown head and this little weird smile.
And she's like,
what do we tell the kids? And he's like, we don't have to tell them a fucking thing.
It's like, didn't you just break up with the counselor because of the guidance counselor lady or the school counselor because of Veronica finding out? Now you want to like sneak sleep over at Veronica's best friend's house?
Yeah, and there's no way that this would ever be able to happen.
Yeah.
Veronica and Keith live in that small apartment. It's not like you can sneak out, I don't think.
Wait, what do you mean sneak out? Like, oh, not tell. Like, she's going to know he slept over.
Yeah, she's going to notice.
But, like, I think when she says kids, I think she's talking about her kids. I'm not talking about Veronica.
Okay, yeah, because Veronica, she's going to figure that shit out.
I mean, he's been dipping on her. He's got a sex duffel bag that he takes every time he goes away. Yeah, she's talking about her kids.
I just can't wait for him to trip and like a bunch of dildos fly out of that bag and condoms. And he's like, whoa, sorry if you had to see that, Veronica. And she's going to be like, oh, my dad's a freak.
I mean, that could happen.
Yep. So it's the next morning. Alicia's making breakfast, giving the breakfast to her kids.
She's making a TV show breakfast. My God.
Yep. She's flopping some omelets onto Wallace's plate.
She made the worst
other kid.
She made the worst sandwich ever for asking for a gun. If you're gonna ask to borrow a gun, that thing's gotta be like wrapped in the paper, you know?
Yeah.
But for this breakfast, yeah, this breakfast is epic. Pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage. It's like.
Yeah,
all the juices,
glasses of orange juice,
all the juices.
So then Keith knocks on the door and he's like, "Hey, I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd swing by and give the Fennell boys a dose of sugar." He's got donuts, and Wallace is like, "Fuck yes,
this goes great with pancakes."
So then we cut to Wallace and Veronica at school, and Veronica's like, my dad sleep over at your place last night. And Wallace is like, yeah, he brought some donuts. You want one? She's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I love that they're like, yeah, they're not getting away. Like,
yeah.
You can see him climbing down on a tied up bed sheets.
Keith doing the little creep tiptoe down.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, it's not a secret at all to these kids. And then Jackie comes up from out of nowhere and she just smacks Wallace on the ass so hard. And she screams, get back, ladies. He's mine.
I meant to bring this up last episode, but their relationship really took off fast.
Boy,
I thought it was going to be a more of a, all right, he's going to have to work for it. But like, they're in it. She's into him. Like, yeah.
Well, he's the star basketball player.
Yeah, I still thought she was going to, try to, I thought they were going to, make it go a little longer,
But once she gets that smack of the ass in, Veronica's right back to mean mugging. She's like, this bitch smacking my man on the ass. Who the fuck did she?
Honestly.
Who do you think you are? Does she make some kind of snide comment where after she's like, back off, lady, he's mine? And Veronica's voiceover is like, yeah, but are you his or something? She says something, I feel like.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just more like impressed that she's like announcing to the school, this is my guy.
She's outwardly like,
yeah,
hey, everybody, I got this shit on lock.
Yeah.
Then they smooch a little bit and Veronica's like, barf. And then they walk away and Veronica's like, I can't believe these two. I cannot believe this. I hate it. So then we go over to the Fennell household and Chicago cop guy, he's outside Alicia's house and he's looking in through the windows. He's stalking. And then Keith pops up from behind the house in a little corner. He's got his Nikon and he's taking pictures of the guy and he's like, ooh, now work it for me, baby. Yeah, work it.
He's doing his Just Shoot Me. He's going to his photographer character and Just Shoot Me.
Yeah, he was informed by Elliot from Just Shoot Me. And the Chicago cop guy is like, Keith Mars, should have knew that you were going to be a problem for me. And Keith's like, Carl Morgan, I should have known that you were going to be a problem for me. And they did a background check on each other. Carl is like, Keith, you're a private investigator. You've been seeing Alicia for a couple months now. You're an ousted sheriff, but you're running again. And you have a daughter named Veronica, and you're bald. And Keith is like, wow, you're good.
I love that this guy from Chicago knows more about Keith than most people in this town. Keith walks into a business like, I'm a FBI agent. They're like, no, you're Keith Mars. The most famous person. You got that popular book, Arrested a Famous Celebrity. Used to be the sheriff.
Yep. I wish that Keith would have said something about, did you read my book? Did you read my book too?
But Keith says that Carl Morgan, like police records, ex-fugitive, like a lot of criminal stuff.
Yeah, domestic violence, drug charges, all this kind of stuff. And Carl is like, hey, you don't know what you're getting into here, buddy. I'm here because I'm coming to get what Alicia took from me. And Keith is like, if you come back here again, I'll be shooting you, but next time it won't be with a camera. And I was like, damn, Keith. I got that out of order.
Yeah, but I wrote this down because it's a quote and an unquote. And we don't do quote unquote here, but...
Yeah, that's a Patreon thing.
But the line that he says is, next time I shoot you, it won't be digitally unless I hit your finger.
Oh.
so it's like cool, and then it's not cool. I mean, that's a...
that's a 180 of a sentence there.
Right? I was like, all right, you got it. And then then they did the wordplay of digits. Because digits means fingers also.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was like, no. Just cut that part. I know it sounds good on the paper. Just don't.
But that's Keith, though. That's
know.
very Keith.
But you need him to look like because later in the scene he doesn't look like a badass because Carl Morgan says, "Hey, she has something in mind, and I'm not leaving till I get it." Right? And then Keith goes, Yeah.
And then Carl walks away in his shaft leather jacket.
I'm gonna get it from your old lady. She's like, she's not my old lady. She's my
special lady. She's my very special lady. I was like, ew, dude.
Now that's a dumb Keith. That's a dumb Keith thing.
Yeah.
Right. So you get rid of that, but you keep the digitally part, but not the finger part. So it looks badass, and then it gets undercut. But I also don't like here that Keith doesn't ask, "What do you want from her?"
Yeah. What did she take?
Yes. Like you actually have, if she took something, you can get it and give it to them, but they want to save what it is for the show. And it's not my favorite way of storytelling where you set something up. A character obviously doesn't ask a question so that you can hide it. Because Keith would ask.
No, yeah. He would follow him.
Like put a tracker on his car. Like there's all these things that we've seen Keith do, and he would definitely do them here. This guy was about to break into the house.
Yeah. That's Keith for you, though. But, so Veronica, she goes to the hospital to see Meg. And
the thing that Joe said wouldn't happen, but then realized would happen, but then forgot that he realized all of this.
Yeah. I go through a lot of metamorphoses on this podcast. I can't decide if I like the Dandy Warhol singer's voice or not.
Sometimes you steal people's predictions too and claim them as your own.
That's it. So she goes to see Meg, and Meg's parents come out of Meg's hospital room, and they're like, "What are you doing here?"
Before that, whoa,
okay,
back it
before
up.
this.
Back it up. You're skipping something.
She sees Duncan there.
There we go.
And she's like, "What are you doing here?" And then Meg's parents come out, and the parents are like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Why do you come here every day? We never want to see you again. We fucking hate you." And Duncan's like, "I'm sorry, I just care about her." And the parents are like, "If you cared about Meg, then she wouldn't have been on that bus, you piece of 09er shit."
I call massive bullshit on this. Here's the thing about high school, being a kid in high school and being a parent. You do not know what the high school hierarchy is. Like it is, you just don't fully understand that. Now, they want us to believe that all these kids died in a bus crash. Their daughter is the miracle daughter who was only in a coma. Already the fact that she's possibly has a chance to come back is a miracle in itself based off that crash.
With an eye patch and a hook for a hand, hopefully.
Yes. But, so they're pissed off about that, right? But they're pissed off that she wasn't in the limo, so that she didn't die, but the rest of the other plebes did. It's a weird thing that they're doing. And then they're blaming it on Veronica and Duncan when Veronica wasn't even in the limo that they were in. Like, Duncan and Veronica weren't even in the same two cars. They just weren't on the bus.
Yeah.
And it's random that that the bus smelled, and the fact that Casablanca's got a limo is the reason. Like, they should be mad at Casablanca's for not forcing her to get in the limo. They didn't get in the limo because they thought the bus was unsafe. They just were like, we're rich and we don't want to ride in a school bus that smells.
Well, it's also like they invited Meg into the bus
or
the limo,
but
she didn't want to go in.
Because Veronica and Duncan are dating. So she didn't want to be near them. So they're kind of blaming their relationship.
Even parents going through grief.
Yeah, but this is a real stretch of, like, I could see them being like, hey, you hooked up with Veronica And that's the reason. And like, she doesn't want to see you because she's pissed off about that. Even though from what we get from these parents, they wouldn't even wanted her to be dating people at all, it seems. It's like a weird. So, yeah.
Well, it could be also like Meg could have been like, yeah, Duncan broke up with me to be with Veronica. So the parents could be like, you broke our little Maggie's heart. So fuck you.
Yeah. It's a little like the show really wants to put more guilt on Veronica. Like they did like that survivor's guilt thing on her and blame. They're really trying to be like, it's your fault, Veronica, that this one girl is hurt. Even though last episode ended with her thinking the whole bus crash was her fault.
Yeah.
Didn't she like come to Duncan crying?
Yeah, she went to Duncan's crying and being like, the bus crash, it was meant for me.
And they did not talk about that at all.
They did not. They really didn't.
He did not ask a follow-up question. My prediction was also that he was going to ask, it was going to open from that moment and he would ask a follow-up question. It seems that Duncan cares nothing about Curly.
Yeah. Curly Moran and Aaron Eccles connection.
Yeah. That was like, that's a nice cliffhanger. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, they're all pissed. The parents are pissed at Duncan and Veronica by way of Duncan. And they're like, get out of here. We don't want to see you here. Leave. And so like, all right, fine. Veronica leaves her flowers on the chair. And then Veronica was like, how come you didn't tell me? And Duncan cuts her off. He's like, that Meg was important to me? And then Veronica's like, no, that you fucking came here every day. And Duncan's like, And Duncan's like, well, you want to go get lunch? And she's like, no, dude.
I like that she says no. I have to like something about following that.
I got some court time or whatever. She has to go stalk Colin some more.
Yeah. I was like, how long were you planning to visit Meg then?
Right? Just going to drop some flowers on her head and bounce.
But I love Duncan's innocence of flipping out on her, saying because she was important to me, and then being like, you want to get some food?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to eat after you just did that. What do you think we're going to talk about?
Screamed at me. After I got screamed at, you screamed at me. And then now you're like, oh, you want to go get some tacos or something?
Yeah, what are we going to sit? We're going to sit and complain and argue about Meg right now. Like, you don't want to sit and eat with her right now. He could have easily told. Veronica's tricky. He could be like, I'm going to go visit Meg. But she really shouldn't be butthurt if he's visiting Meg. I understand like emotions versus logic, but it's just... She should be getting visitors from like a lot of people though.
Yeah, she should. But also like, I don't know, it's his ex. Like
it's his ex.
I could see a teenage girl getting
No, I understand. I completely get it. But it's not like, I mean, she literally just came in and said she died. The accident was my fault.
Yeah.
And that would make him, if you take it from that, it would make him think, oh shit, man, I really should just like go down and just pay my respects to like Meg. Like she's in a coma. Like it's, I don't know. It's not like he stalked you all summer, but logic doesn't really play in the stuff. Like you were hooking up with Logan.
Yeah, true. But anyway.
Yeah.
So Veronica goes, she's going to go watch Colin play some tennis. But as she's following Colin, he is not going to play tennis. He goes to a house and he opens the door and he hugs a woman, and Veronica's snapping some pictures with her fucking long ass lens.
You know when you're having an affair with a woman and you just like knock on the door and she answers the door and you just give her a nice hug?
Yeah. Nice, warm, welcoming hug.
Yeah. I'm just thinking back with like when Logan was hooking up with Kendall and she was just like, yeah, they knock on her door and they just hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did say I think Kendall's kind of done, but I've said that before. People.
Done? Well, I don't think she's done. That's such an unsatisfying end to her story.
Well,
I hope she's not done because we enjoy Charisma Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she might be. Yeah, it's interesting because we don't know what happened with the SEC thing.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
we are going to find out next time we see Beaver and Dick. I figured it's got to be some anger.
They're going to be destitute.
Dick has
it's
to
gonna
be
that thing
pissed
of
off.
like,
Yeah.
It's going to be that thing where like they're broke and they're like living on the street.
They're broke. It's going to be upper middle class broke. I had to sell my surfboard.
So yeah, Veronica's taking pictures of Colin with this mystery lady, and she uploads them to her laptop. Immediately calls Julie, and she's like, "I got some bad news. I was following Colin to play tennis, but he ain't playing tennis. He's with some lady." And Julie starts panicking. And Veronica's like, "Do you know anybody that lives at this address?" And Julie's like, "No." And Veronica's like, "Well, that's where he is, and he's with some guy or some lady, and I'm going to go investigate further. I'm going to take some more pictures with my extremely crazy wildlife camera setup."
This phone call is ridiculous, Veronica.
Yes, it is.
You can't make a phone call based off of this. You cannot.
Did she not learn anything from last episode where Beaver's like, "I need pictures of coitus. I need to see penetration." Veronica sees a guy hug a lady, and she's like, "That's it. Case closed. Where's my money?"
I was going to bring this up later in the episode, but did she not learn her lesson from the time that the Russian mob was after a witness?
Yep.
What do they call that when you're in witness protection?
Protection.
Yeah. She almost got a guy killed doing the same exact thing, taking a case that Keith said, "Don't take, get rid of this." She almost got a guy killed. Luckily, Keith hung up the phone before she gave the address. Meanwhile, we have the exact same setup. A lady shows up. Keith says, "Don't do it." She does it anyway. And now she doesn't even find out whether or not he's cheating or not. She just makes a phone call.
Yep.
Insane.
I mean, I guess it is suspicious that he said he was going to tennis, but he's now with a lady.
Yes, that is suspicious, but you got to do the next.
Yep. She calls Julie and she's like, "Bad news. Looks like he is cheating. I'm going to investigate further, though."
Don't
I'm going to make sure that he's cheating. It's like, call her after that.
Yeah.
So Veronica, she gets out of her car. She gets closer to the house. She's peering through the window and she sees that Colin's doing a Hebrew lesson with a rabbi. And Veronica's like, that doesn't seem like cheating.
She's like,
this is the weirdest cheating I've ever seen.
She's like, most orgies don't start this way.
Yeah. Maybe Colin's into some Jewish role play, I guess. I don't know. He's one of the Maccabees.
That'd be amazing if that's how she pitched it. Well, he's into some Jewish role play, and like there was a guy dressed like a rabbi there. It was crazy.
Yeah. So as she sees this, Julie shows up in her convertible, screeches on the brakes, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking tackle this. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna go and confront him." But before Julie gets to the door to confront Colin, Veronica just straight up Ray Lewis tackles this lady.
This is a rabid animal tackle. She jumps up, legs are like around waist. She's on the shoulders and like tackles. Like Julie's injured.
Yeah. I saw visions of Ray Lewis tackling Darren Sproles in that Chargers game. It was 4th and 1. Ray Lewis goes flying through the line, denies Darren Sproles the first down. That's Veronica. If you don't know what that play is, look it up just type in Ray Lewis, Darren Sproles on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's Veronica here on Julie. And Veronica's like, "Don't go in there. I was wrong. I shouldn't have called you. I should have investigated further."
You shouldn't be trusting a high school student with this task. You can tell that I'm in high school, right?
No, apparently not. She's got she laid her out, hit the truck stick on her. Hit the hit stick. That's what. Yeah. And she's like, "He's in there with a rabbi. It looks like he's doing like a Jewish lesson. Is Colin Jewish?" And Julie's like, "No, he's not Jewish, but I am." And Veronica's like, "Oh my God. He's doing Hebrew lessons to convert to Judaism for you, I guess."
Well, no, the scene is a little different just because she tackles her. Veronica tackles her and says, "He's doing Hebrew lessons." She's like, What? He's not even Jewish. And she's like, "Think, Julie, think." Yeah. And I'm like, you're the one that made the phone call that triggered this, Veronica. It was like 5 seconds ago. You thought he was cheating, and now you're like, "Hey, idiot, he's not."
Yeah.
But
he's not even Jewish. I am. Julie, what do you think that means?
Oh, he's converting for you. I'm like, this has to be deep into the relationship, man.
Right? He's changing his beliefs.
I don't know if he's changing. When people convert to Judaism, I think they're just doing it for it's paperwork more than anything. Yeah, I'll convert to Judaism for you. Sure. Yeah, I'm barely religious anyway, so I'll sign up for this. Yeah. What makes you?
Yeah. So yeah, that's that scene. So then we go to Veronica at her house. She's in bed. She's wondering what Duncan was doing at the hospital every day. What is he doing there?
Does he still
like
Meg?
So important.
Does he care about people, or does he love her?
Yeah. And she gets a phone call, and it's Julie. And Julie's like, "Hey, I got a question for you. If he's converting to Judaism for me, and like everything is on the up and up, who's that lady? That picture of the lady on the bar stool. Who is that? Who do you think that is?" And Veronica's like, "Bro, I don't fucking know." And Julie's like, "You think that he loves her?" And she's like, "Bitch, it's 2:27 in the morning.
How'd you get my home number?"
And Julie's like, "Well, can you investigate that lady?" And Veronica upsells her again. She's like, "Well, you're going to have to get the gold membership. That's $3,000. And Julie's like, I told you I'm rich.
Yeah.
Money is no object.
Stop trying to pull Jurassic World Rebirth scams on me. I've already said I'm going to pay you.
Oh, man. Great podcast episode on the Patreon. But, yeah. So Julie's like, "I don't care. Money is no object. Look into this lady. I want to know who she is." And Mariah's like, "All right, I'll figure it out. I'll do a fucking honey, like a trap to try to lure him into trying to sleep with me. I'll look into who this lady is. Just stop calling me." Stop calling me at 2 a.m, dude.
She says there's a fine line between looking for a problem and creating one. And I was like, yeah. And then she says that, but she's got to try to make that money. So the rest of this episode happens, and I'm just like, this is too much. This is too much.
Yep. The rest of this episode is a little bit fucking wild and creepy.
Yeah. And, but she's 18.
Yeah. So it's not.
It's not. It's
no, it's fine.
She should just be working for Vinnie Van Lowe with that kind of tactics. She's
right, dude. Yeah. Honestly, that is very Vinnie Van Lowe.
Yeah. Because Keith is honestly
Vinnie Van Lowe puts on a wig.
Yeah.
"Hey there, mister."
I'm sure Ken Marino has played a role like that in something.
He absolutely has to have. But
Keith has honestly said someone tried to get him to trap someone like this, and he sent them to Vinnie Van Lowe.
Yeah, because he's like, that's
entrapment.
That's too Vinnie Van Lowe standards for me.
Yeah. Speaking of low standards, we get this scene.
Yeah. So Keith goes to Sheriff Lamb's office, and he throws a file at Sheriff Lamb, and he's like, "I found a guy for you to arrest." And Sheriff Lamb is like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, looking for criminals?" And Keith is like, "I'm doing your job. You're the sheriff. You should want to arrest criminals." And Lamb's like, Keith lays out the rap sheet. He's like, "This guy, he's a drug. He's got a rap sheet a mile long. He is consorting with a drug trafficker that I've been investigating. He knows this guy, so you should look into him." And Lamb's like, "I refuse." Keith's like, "You're the sheriff, but not for long."
I loved it in both these scenes, like the office and in Sheriff Lamb's office. You see the campaign, like the stickers and stuff, those posters in the background.
Yeah.
Great little semi-subtle set design and prop work.
I do love that Keith is like, "Dude, you should want to arrest the criminals."
Yeah. Lamb is just not a good guy.
No.
Just a bad police.
Looking real handsome here, though.
Yeah,
looking good. He dropped some LBs over the course of the summer between season 1 and season 2.
Put your Sheriff Lamb boner away and focus on the show.
He looks good. I'm just being objective. I calls him like I sees him. He's looking good. Anyway, so then we get like one of the most hilarious scenes.
Yeah, this is I forgot about the Keith. I didn't have the Keith scene in my notes. I just said,
Yeah.
But this is a scene. This is a Weevil scene, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Veronica's at her locker and Weevil shows up with a bunch of his cronies. He's got 4 cronies behind him. And he starts threatening Veronica.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Honestly, he starts talking, and the only way that I can describe what he's talking like weird jive talk that has so many different layers that I'm like, what are you even fucking saying, dude?
I don't know why he's going up to Veronica, but then Veronica ends up, he mentions, I saw that you went down to the police station, and it's asking her questions about that. One, I don't know why he cares, but that's when she was being brought in.
He was like, you went down Highway 187 or something. And I was like, 187, that's like the cop code for like a murder, right?
Yeah, I don't know his exact words. For me, I really locked in with Veronica's reply to this, where she goes, you know the deal, cuz. And it made me think of that Paul Walker Fast and Furious.
Yes. Yeah.
I said, forget about it, cuz.
I said, forget about cuz.
It's 100% the same thing, dude.
Well, I don't know. It's not the same, because I think Veronica's being facetious, whereas Paul Walker was like trying to be genuine.
Yeah, but Veronica's done this a couple times too. Yeah, I know Paul Walker in that one is trying to be more like, trying to be real. He does not know what it means. I'm sure he saw that on the script. Was like, I have no idea how to say this.
Yeah, how do I deliver this? Hold on, let me do my breathing technique. I said forget about a cuh. No. I said forget about a cuh. No, that's too much. No, so forget about a cuh. There we go.
There, that's it. Third one.
That's it. All right, let's roll.
Brilliant. You know the deal, cuz. She says that to Weevil. This scene is just wild.
Yeah.
I love when he tells his friends to go away. So
yes,
dude,
and
they step back like 2 feet.
They take 2 steps back and they just lurk in the background.
Yo, walk away.
And the way that he tells them to walk away, he just turns to one of them and he's like, he daps the one up. He does like the knuckles thing, and then they just know instinctively to back off.
I thought he was like, "Give me a minute." Yeah, because she asked him.
He doesn't say, "Give me a minute." He's like, "I'll hit you later," or something like that.
Yeah, it's something
which
that
would
says,
mean like you guys leave.
Yeah,
they don't leave
because
Veronica just take a step back and lurk in the background, staring at Weevil.
Yeah, because Veronica notices Weevil's earrings are different than the ones he had before, and then she has a flash of the earring that was found in Curly's evidence from the bar that he was at, and she calls him out on that, and then she fake phone calls the sheriff, and he says, "Hey guys, step back like 5 feet or 2 feet," and then he walks forward with Veronica, and then they have a talk, and then he reveals that he has information on the bus crash that he's been hiding, which is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, this scene is so fucking... This scene is bullshit. I'm not gonna... this scene is fucking bullshit.
And also, I'm weird. I was trying to figure this out, and I probably will have to bring this up every 2 episodes or so. But I'm really don't know where Veronica stands in the high school, because I thought people were mad at her because she was dating Logan. Right? Like that first pilot, because she's dating the guy who's in the war between 09ers and PCHers, or 09ers and others. But now she's dating Duncan. Do they still hate her? Is Duncan related to the whole Logan thing? But also she's the one that solved the summer murder of one of the most liked 09ers or of the school, and was Lily liked. And why is Veronica ousted?
Yeah, in the first episode of season 2, like Weevil is mean mugging Veronica, and she's like out with him. But when did they get back on? I guess after the bus crash, when she's riding on the back of his bike.
But I don't know why he was mean mugging her in the first episode when we find out that she had already dumped Logan for Duncan. Because I could see her.
Because she's giving it up to all the richest kids.
But she used to date Duncan.
How'd you like being one of us for a year? Now you're back to being a full-fledged 09er.
Yeah.
But dude, this scene where he's like, yeah, I got an anonymous tip. I was at the biker bar, which makes sense because he is a biker.
Mm-hmm. No, but someone called him.
Like, yeah, but then somebody calls him from an anonymous number, and he's like, yeah, Curly was behind the bus crash, and it had something to do with this Irish gang called the Fighting Fitzpatricks, who were like, they owed somebody $3,000, and he's like, I don't think the Fighting Fitzpatricks had anything to do with this.
No, they were trying to
kill a bunch of people.
They were trying to get back at Shivando or whatever. And that's the guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy that was getting all the praise in that newspaper article and stuff.
Yes.
So that's what they're tying that back together. And it was like, oh, okay, this character it's Shivando. Shivando's not the guy that Logan killed.
Yeah, that guy's name is Felix Coombs.
Yeah, which justice for Felix, right? Like,
right.
Are we gonna? I bet you that just gets like wrapped up really like randomly. Like it just gets looped into something like, oh yeah, that person did the bus thing, and Felix got killed because of it too.
Yeah. But yeah, then Veronica asks Weevil for his cell phone to see where this anonymous tip came from. She writes down the number that called him. I'm surprised he just gave up his cell phone that quick.
Yeah, he could have just told her the numbers. Like,
yeah,
but sure.
And he makes some kind of snide comment about like, don't go looking in through there too much or something.
But he wasn't going to tell her about it beforehand. Like when he first went up to her, he was not planning to tell her about this information that he got, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And Lamb would definitely have been arresting Weevil if he found that earring. It's no way they wouldn't have done some stuff.
Yeah. So then we go to Wallace. Wallace is with Jackie and they're just fucking making out. And then he gets a call from Veronica. And she's like, hey, I need a favor. Typical Veronica shit. And Wallace is like, hey, I'm in the middle of something right now. And Veronica's like, I'll pay you $200. And then it cuts to Wallace putting on his shoes.
And because at first he says he's not going to do it. It's not life and death or whatever. And then she says she needs someone like tech to help her out with this thing or something. And I saw
AV club shit.
And I saw in the credits that we had Mac in the credits, the actress that plays Mac. So I was like, oh, she's going to get Mac to help her right here. But no, she calls Wallace. And Wallace has, I don't know where they are, but it's an empty house. And he's got Jackie riding him, making out with him, nibbling on his ear and his neck. Like you don't even
pick up the phone at this point, my dude.
Yeah. I mean, Logan knew not to pick up the phone when he was with Kendall, right? So he picks up the phone, denies it, and then she bribes him with the $200. And she says, hey, if she likes you now with no money, imagine how much she'll like you with some money. And I'm like, dude, you're fumbling the bag here. Because if you go to hang out with your cute female friend in the middle of a hookup, this is not going to go over well, buddy. You finished the hookup.
Doesn't.
You can't. There is no way that you can say, hey, I got to go do this thing. And it's not like emergency mom or brother is like in trouble. Like you can't say, like, it's one thing to see Duncan going to go visit a comatose ex. It's another thing to have Wallace say, hey, get off of me. I got to go help out my female friend right now.
And Jackie's like, are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
You're leaving to go hang out with Veronica? And Wallace is like, yeah, she needs my help.
Yeah.
And Jackie's like, it's funny, I didn't hear you ask how high when Veronica told you to jump. And Wallace is like, it's not like that. She needs my help for something. And then Jackie's like, I don't like this bitch. And Wallace is like, Veronica's not someone you want to piss off. And then Jackie goes, neither am I. And I was like, oh shit, cat fight.
I was just like, Wallace, don't say that Wallace, you're fumbling everything right now. You don't have to. You don't have to. And the thing that you're doing a favor for is dumb anyway. So it's, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I know Veronica is your girl. Like, you owe it to her, but you can't be like, I got to go hang out with my hot blonde chick right now. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm at her beck and call.
Yeah.
Not a good look, Wallace.
You don't need the money to get the girl when you got the girl.
Yeah. The girl's on top of
you. There's no benefit.
You guys are dry humping right now.
Yeah.
She'll like you with $200. She's the daughter of a baseball millionaire.
Yeah.
There will be other opportunities to get $200. Yeah. I'm sure.
Wallace also has a job, even though he has a job.
Yeah. The pack and ship or whatever.
He's got a job and a car. He's fine.
He's doing it good.
Yeah.
So Wallace leaves. He goes to meet up with Veronica, who is dressed like a crazy entrapment schoolgirl. And they're bugging Veronica. They're putting a mic on her. Hot mic. And Veronica tells Wallace, he's like, you bet you owe me one for real, because I was with Jackie and she was riding on my dick. And Veronica's like, you sure that you want to be with this Jackie lady? Because I was at Jabba the Hutt the other day and I saw her with another guy. And Wallace is like, how long ago was that? Veronica's like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago or whatever. And he's like, yeah, we weren't even really like dating then. So like, this isn't even a big deal. And Veronica's like, okay. I just don't like the bitch.
I wrote down, Wallace is chill, man. He called. He was like, yeah, we were on like 2 dates at that point. Like, it was nothing locked in stone. Like, they were not exclusive at all. Like, and it's a nice counterpoint to her like jealousy stuff and Julie's jealousy, where he's just like, okay, so what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the plan is in action, because Veronica flattens her tire in a perfectly nice parking space in front of Colin's house.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes and knocks on the door for Colin's house, and she's all flirty. And she's like, hey there, Mr. Man. I got a flat tire, it looks like, and I need some help. I need a big, strong man. And Colin's like, oh, is that right? And he's got a Scottish accent. And Veronica's like, you got an accent? Oh, foreign guys are so much hotter than regular guys. And Colin's like, okay. And then Wallace is creep du jour. He's got a video camera hiding behind a car, filming everything that Veronica and this guy Colin do.
And this is like broad daylight near the beach. A lot of people, a lot of traffic. Black dude filming a school girl. I think all this looks bad.
It looks so terrible.
You know what? It looks like just those random like TikTok and Instagram like staged videos that you would see. I'm surprised they're not throwing coffee on the car that stops at a stop sign and just.
But dude, also Wallace's face as he's filming, he's like laughing and giggling. And he's like, oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah, but then he has a look of like concern on his face later. Like,
well, that's true.
Which is my note here. Just like, this is awful entrapment. Just awful.
It's terrible. It's over the top weird.
Even if the guy was into her at this point, this is like way too much. Mm-hmm. Way too much.
Yeah, because Colin goes over to her car and she's like, I can't seem to get the nuts off. My hands are too slippery for this big, long tire iron.
Oh, I put on so much lotion, she drops the tire iron. I'm like, what is this flirting?
Yeah.
She's not good at flirting in like when she flirts with like regular guys.
Yeah. It's awful. And she's like trying to do like all these innuendos. And Colin's like, I'll call a tow truck for you. And she's like, no. I think that you could do it with your big, strong, manly Scottish hands. And he's like, okay, well, let's go inside. I'll call a tow truck.
Well, she wants to go inside because she has to do it.
Well, she wants to use his laptop. Yeah. She's like, can I use your computer, Mr. Man? I have a final. I'm a student at UC Neptune, and I need to submit a final. And he's like, yeah, sure, you can use it. I don't care.
Why didn't she spend the $200 that she was going to pay Wallace on like having some other lady do this?
Right. But they go into Colin's house. Wallace is filming the whole thing and he snaps shut the thing. He's like, oh no, Veronica, what are you getting yourself into? Because he can't hear her on the bug anymore.
Yeah, it's getting all like staticky, what we're hearing.
Yeah. So Veronica's in Colin's place and it's filled with a bunch of whack art. And she's like, you must be really fucking cool with all your art. And Colin's like, yeah, I'm a pretty mellow guy. And she's like, you should come party with me and my girlfriends. And he's like, nah, I'm good. And then she's like hanging off of him at a certain point. And he's like, I have a girlfriend. And Veronica's like, so she can come too. And Colin starts like scooting away from her. And he's like, don't you have a fucking thing that you got to submit? The computer's over there. And Veronica's like, oh yeah, right. Thank you, Mr. Man. She goes over to the computer. She starts stealing all of his files on a USB stick.
I think she's using a CD, it looks like.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she is. Burns all of his information.
I love how easy it is for them to just copy everyone's emails. Right. It's like in a folder.
So Veronica looks around the house and she's like noticing a bunch of movies posters for Nicolas Cage movies. Mm-hmm. She's like, wow, you must be like a big Nicolas Cage fan. And he goes, you could say that. She's like, what about him? He's like, well, actually, I'm friends with Nicolas Cage and this is actually his house. I'm house sitting for him. And Veronica's like, no fucking way. No fucking way.
She's like, I was just in a celebrity's house. He tried to murder me and killed my best friend. But yeah, I'm a big fan of movie stars.
You might have seen me on the news for taking down that guy.
How long have you been? Okay, so you have a Scottish accent. How long have you been in Neptune? And how long has Julie lived in Neptune? Because she lives close enough that she can drive here and she could drive to wherever you were in like 5 minutes last scene. So how long have you guys been dating? Veronica, also, get out of there. Veronica, get out of there. Once he turns you down on the couch, it's a wrap. I don't know. I know she's stealing more information, but you got it.
Yeah. Forgot to mention that while they're doing like the flat tire stuff, Veronica gets a bunch of schmutz on her face. And and Colin gives her a handkerchief to wipe it off. And Veronica keeps it.
Yeah. What
doesn't seem like it's going to be anything, but it is.
Yeah. And didn't even give him his handkerchief back. Just stealing stuff.
What a bitch. So there's a ring at the door. There's a doorbell ring. Colin's like, I have to go check that out. You stay here. Good luck with your final or whatever that you have to submit.
He just let her get full access to his computer.
Right.
He just let her have full. It's not even his place. That is insane to invite a girl into the house that you're house sitting of a celebrity. And she is giving off Nick Cage stalker vibes.
Yep. Where was the dinosaur head?
He doesn't keep it in this place. He doesn't keep it in his Neptune loft.
I was looking at this place. I was like, damn, Nick, you could get a better place.
You think this is one of Nick's only places?
No, but I think
this is like vacation home in Neptune.
I would just assume that he's got a T-Rex head in every place.
No, dude.
What a whimsical guy.
Sure. I don't think anyone's ever said he's whimsical, but sure.
He's absolutely whimsical.
Okay.
So anyway, the doorbell rings, Colin goes to answer, and it is Wallace. And Wallace is like doing a bit where he's like, hey, I'm here, we're raising money for starving children of the world. Do you want to buy pens or candy? And Colin's like, yeah, I will buy boxes of candy. And Veronica, she like runs up behind Colin. She's like on the second floor and she's like telling Wallace to stall for a bit.
Yeah, because she finds something on his computer that has like something that she wants to definitely get off of it. That's why she's like waiting for him to do that. But the fact that this guy's like chill and like, yeah, I'll buy some candy from you. Like,
random
nicest guy in the world.
My door. Right?
Yeah.
Also, did you notice that Wallace is just like sweaty as fuck in this scene?
Yeah, it's hot out, man. And he's dressed in the
full
long
sleeves, yeah.
He's got the zip up jacket. Like he's all covered. Yeah, he's hot.
And so Wallace opens up his backpack and he's like, you want to buy this candy? And it's like candy that he's been eating.
Yeah.
And Colin's like, that candy's open.
Yeah.
And Wallace is like, so you want to buy some pens then?
Now I'm like, Colin, you're not that smart, are you?
Yeah, he's not that bright.
Yeah.
And so then Veronica gets what she needs. She slams the laptop shut, gets her CD, goes sprinting down the stairs, runs away with Wallace.
You got to be like, I just been scammed and she stole something.
Yep. Yeah, Colin's just like, oh, okay, there you go. Veronica runs out with a gigantic T-Rex head. Okay, thanks for letting me fucking submit my final.
I'd be like, what's going on with my computer? Like what? Like everything.
Yeah. But no. Colin's just like, okay, bye.
Yeah. I almost had candy today. Wait till I tell Nick Cage about the day I've had.
Colin's like the most boring fucking.
I mean, then he just has to look out his window and see Veronica pumping up her flat tire.
Yeah.
Because she has to do that. It's still a flat.
Yeah. So we then go to Duncan, who's just at his hotel room, and he's on the phone with Veronica. Veronica's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, I'm good. I'm just watching a movie. And Veronica's like, did you eat yet? And he's like, no, I haven't. Then Veronica goes, well, she knocks on the door.
Mm-hmm.
And Duncan answers and she goes, how about some dim sum and then some? And Duncan's like, my fucking kind of lady.
She's all horned up for her entrapment scheme.
Yep. So then they sit down, they lay out all the food, and Duncan grabs Veronica and goes, how about we do a little and then some before the dim sum? And then Veronica goes, yeah, all right, how about it? She crawls on top of Duncan and she's like, so you want to tell me why you've been visiting Meg every day? And Duncan's like, how about some dim sum?
Veronica cock blocks herself. Like, Wallace and Veronica are just cock blocking themselves so hard this episode. And I
feel
love
like Veronica didn't really care about cock blocking herself here.
Well, her voiceover is like, oh, if you actually are planning to hook up, don't bring up that. Like, her voiceover mentions that
fair.
She cock blocks herself. I just love that Duncan laid out everything. Like, he's bringing all the platters, the food is all on the table, and then he's like, and then some. It's like, you didn't have to they set that up because you knew it was going to be like, and dim sum, and he was just going to go to eat. But there's no way you set all that up to do that plan.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering,
man.
I wonder, we gotta ask the question though, because the show is making it like Duncan's not good at sex. Is Veronica?
No, I mean, neither of them are. Dude, I'm gonna be real. I have a story from real life. So the girl that I lost my virginity to, she also lost her virginity to me. And like several years went by, and then she started like following me on Instagram, and I was like, what do you like? And then she started like flirting with me, and I was like, okay, I'm not really interested. And then she was like, yeah, well, you were bad in bed anyway. I was like, yeah, I was a virgin. So were you. I'm not fucking like calling you out on that shit. Like, I wouldn't, hindsight, I'm just like, yeah, of course I was.
Well, she's not even calling you out on that, because why would she follow you?
Yeah, right?
That's rage baiting. God,
I don't even live anywhere near Baltimore anymore,
Some people just can't handle certain things. Emotional intelligence is just not very high with a lot of stuff. Like, if you would have said, yeah, let's hook up, they would have been like, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's low hanging that's low hanging.
Well, you were bad in bed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing.
Also, that's just not even, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's not, if it was, she would have never looked you back up.
That was 10 years ago. You never forget your first, though. Anyway, Except unless you're Veronica.
Oh no. Oh no. I thought the story was going to be the bad part, not this. Oh. It was consensual, though. It was consensual.
Yeah. It's true, yeah. Yeah, I forgot. They were both on drugs and couldn't remember, except for Duncan, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
So, yeah.
Boy.
It's the middle of the night, and Veronica, she's doing some more researching on Colin while Duncan's asleep. And then Veronica discovers that Colin figured out that Julie's rich because she saw some date on when Colin looked up Julie's family on his web browsing history. She figured that out, and it was after Julie had saw the engagement ring. I feel like that happened later on.
She mentions that it was like 5 days before she had seen the engagement ring.
But then there's a knock on Duncan's hotel door. And Duncan wakes up, and Veronica's like, who could that be? And Duncan's like, I don't know, but I'm going to go.
She wakes up. She wakes up and thinks her dad is there.
Oh, right.
She thinks her dad found him, yeah.
But Duncan goes to answer the door. He tells Veronica to hide in case Keith is there.
Wait, no. Then they hear that it's Lizzie, Meg's sister. They hear, sister. And Lizzie was actually at the hospital when they were there too. And Lizzie, we have seen before. She was the one during the purity test episode. She was there. Yeah. Veronica thinks it's her dad, and then she's upset when Duncan tells her to hide and to stay in the bedroom. And she's like, oh, I got to hide in the bedroom like a hooker.
Yeah.
And it's really tough to say whether or not they did still have sex because she's wearing the oversized t-shirt and he's like shirtless. And that could just be how they go to sleep. But it has the vibes of like that college hookup. She's wearing his shirt and whatever. But she gets so upset that she has to hide in the bedroom. I'm like, they don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, you were there
when they all screamed in your face.
Yeah, like, chill.
Trying to spare you.
Yeah, and I love that you can hear everything in this hotel room through this doors.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah. So Duncan answers the door and invites Lizzie in, and Lizzie's like, "Hey, we got a call from the school. My parents are gonna go clean out Meg's locker." But I got Meg's like personal laptop because our parents aren't good with privacy and they would go rooting through all of our things. And so Meg had the separate private laptop, and I didn't want my parents to go through it and find out some shit about Meg.
She says her parents would pull the plug on Meg if they found out what's on this laptop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got to see what's on that laptop. That would make you kill your kid. I know that might be, over exaggeration.
Just overprotective parent bullshit.
No, I mean, that's overprotective sister bullshit, not protective parents. Like, she's like, she's saying they would pull the plug on Meg, like kill Meg if they found out what she had on her laptop.
Yeah, that's overprotective parents. Because if Meg's like typing on her laptop, like, I suck Duncan's dick, like, parents are going to be like, we already don't like that guy.
I don't see it that way, but sure.
So you have Lizzie gives Duncan the computer, and then Meg's sister's like, I gotta take a shit. Where's the bathroom? And then she just walks into the bedroom.
Which didn't make any sense because hotels are like, even hotels with a suite, the bathroom's not through the main room. Nope. Like, and you would know that the double doors or in a bathroom. Like it's fine. Yes. It's whatever. It's whatever to get her to open the door. Sure.
Yeah, she sees Veronica and she's like, did you hear us? And Veronica's like, yeah, I did, but I think I know somebody that can help hack into that computer.
Oh, yeah, because she brings up that Duncan's the son of a computer
tech genius.
And he's like, can you do this? He's like, I can burn a CD.
Yeah.
And then Veronica's like, I can do what I didn't like that Julie did to me to someone else.
Yep.
I can call someone else at 3 a.m.
Calls up Mac at whatever time in the morning this is.
Mm-hmm.
And Mac's like, yeah, happy to help. I love computer shit. I'll do it any time of the night. Drive on over to the Neptune Grand. And she breaks into Meg's personal computer, gets a hard drive, uploads all the files to the hard drive, and she gives it to Duncan. And then it's like, this is who it's going to be safe with, Duncan Kane.
That was strange to me that it was like, I guess this goes to you. Like I don't know why it didn't go to Lizzie.
Yeah, me neither.
Like Lizzie,
because the parents would find it and look at it.
Lizzie has her own secrets. Like Lizzie is like a problem child or whatever. Like not really, but like she acts out. She's complete opposite of Meg. Meg was actually like super nice.
Yeah,
I think
people liked Meg.
I think Lizzie was saying that they would pull the plug because they think she's such an innocent girl, but now she's not. But she kind of is. So I don't know what would be on the laptop that would be so damning.
Yeah, me neither. Because Meg was like the goody two shoes.
Yeah, she was the purity of the purity test.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, and then so everybody leaves. It's the next morning, and Veronica, she's on her own laptop. And she looks at the hard drive with all of Meg's information. She's like, I'm going to steal this. Puts it into her laptop. And then she's like, no. Should I steal this? No, I'm not going to steal it.
It's on her laptop.
Takes the hard drive out.
Yeah, but she copied it on her laptop. It's on there.
I watched it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
Drag. I think this was her deciding not to look at Meg's personal stuff.
I thought they were going to do what they did in the episode where they have the email to send the Navy boy to out him, and I thought she was going to delete it, because the way files have been transferring over in this episode, it's like as soon as you put them in, they're on. Yeah. Like I wasn't thinking she put the flash drive in and it's like shows up, but she didn't do the copy. I saw it on the computer, and my thought was like, okay, now she has it on the computer.
We saw click and drags because she clicks and drags the stuff from Colin's computer onto the CD. We see Mac do the click and drag to the hard drive. This is different. We don't see the click and drag in this one.
But this is different because those she was trying to copy it to a flash drive, an external drive. And if you try to copy something from an external drive to an internal drive, there's not the click and drag as much because
it would have to click and drag.
No, if you put a flash drive into your computer, it pops up on your computer screen, and then you have but then you have to save it. It's a different. It's not a. You have to like save it,
open it, or click and drag it onto the.
But I'm saying the file folder will show up, like it did. What are you talking about? If you put a hard drive in, it shows up.
She put the hard drive in, the thing popped up,
and it popped up. That's what
I know that. I think she didn't.
She didn't download it.
She didn't copy it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying the whole time.
No, I'm saying, but we don't have... There's not the... She has to like right-click and save it or right-click and... Like, it's a different copy. Like, you have to like right-click and copy. It's not like you drag... You don't drag it anywhere.
Yeah, you do.
Where's she dragging it to?
Onto her desktop.
But it already pops up on... Like, that's what I'm saying. Visually, it already pops up on your desktop. So
yeah, it pops up, but you don't save it.
Yeah, but that's what I just said. You have to save it. Like you have to hit something to save.
Yeah, I'm saying she didn't save it.
I know, but like there's not a drag to save because you can't drag it to the desktop. It's already on the desktop. So visually, the storytelling makes it weird to see if you can. It's visually weird to know whether or not it saved on her desktop or not.
No, dude, you can if you put in a thumb drive,
it pops up on your desktop. Yes, exactly.
All the files that are on the thumb drive will show up. You can and drag that onto your computer.
I know where the issue is. When we see it on her computer, we just see the folder that says Meg's files. We don't see thumb
drive.
Do we see that that's in the thumb drive, or is it just on her desktop? It looked like it was just on her desktop. I didn't see the window. Okay, I didn't see the window that had her thumb drive and that she needed to pull to the desktop.
Yeah.
That's why I thought she kept it, but I was waiting for her to click on it and like kind of delete it off of her computer or something. That's why.
I mean, it is also up for a mystery because we see it pop up and then Veronica's like looking at it, like pondering, and then she takes it out and then she puts it back where it was and kind of looks like maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if she had copied and was like, I'm not going to open it. thing. It was a little. I think if we could have clearly saw that she was not going to copy, or
well, I think it's
like she didn't close the window.
She doesn't copy it because she then gets a phone call, or she calls Julie and she's like, "Hey, dude, like I've been investigating Colin for a while, and he seems like just a cool, genuine, nice guy. I tried to fuck him in Nicolas Cage's house, and like he didn't go for it. So I think you're in the clear, and I think that you're actually kind of a crazy bitch."
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
That's why I think it's like I'm deciding because now I'm the crazy person like Julie, and I don't want to be like that.
I just think visually it was a little confusing, just the way everything else was going. Yeah, like I needed to see her like close that window out hard. I don't know, it was just missing a step. Yeah, or we see it starting to copy, and she cancels copy or something. Like I don't know.
So then we go over to Keith. And Keith is leaving Alicia's house, and he notices that his car has been booted.
All 4 tires, it seems.
That's brutal, dude. They usually only boot one.
Yeah.
They mega boot this motherfucker.
Which is illegal. With their abuse of power, but sure.
So he calls Sheriff Lamb, and he's like, "What the fuck, dude? Why did you boot my car? I got 4 boots on it. This is absurd." Sheriff Lamb is like, "You fucking brought in a guy that's a quote-unquote drug dealer, Carl Morgan. Dude, I looked into this guy. That's not his real name. His real name is Nathan Woods. He's a decorated Chicago cop. You have me on a wild goose chase for fucking nothing. So fuck you, dude. Like, who do you think this is funny?" And then Keith is looking at it. He's like looking at his booted car, and he like pulls the phone away from his ear. He's like, "I can't fucking believe this." And fucking
his face
Sheriff Lamb is like, it was like his background was like a click away. How did you not figure this out? You're a fucking idiot.
No, he's like, how did you think I wouldn't? How do you think I wouldn't figure this out? Yeah. Which is crazy because now we have to assume that Keith took Alicia's word. Didn't he look this guy up, or did he just Google the wrong name? Or what? I don't know. How did he not find this out? He's a good private investigator. How is Lamb figuring this thing out?
Yeah, Lamb's a dipshit.
And Keith's face of the betrayal that he has that Alicia's doing, he like looks like he's about to cry, and he turns back. It's so amazing. I thought he was going to drop the phone.
Yeah, and it shatters.
Yeah,
on the ground.
Yeah, in slow motion.
Yeah.
And then the screen shatters and trickles down into the next scene. Nice transition.
Yeah. And speaking of the next scene, Julie shows up at the Mars office, and Veronica's like, "Julie, I've been investigating this Colin guy. He seems like a good guy. And also, here, I'm going to explain everything to you." So the house that he was at, he's house sitting for Nicolas Cage, who he's apparently friends with. The picture of the lady on the bar is Lisa Marie Presley, who's Nicolas Cage's wife.
Why would you think he would have a framed photo of a woman on the bar while dating you that he would keep up?
Right.
Have you not like saw that and be like, who's this lady?
Yeah, it's so
like,
weird.
Like, how did that not be a conversation? But yeah, I forgot that he was married to Lisa Marie Presley until this episode.
Me too. So then Veronica's like, "And also Colin did some digging on you, and he found out that you're rich. He's known that you're rich for like a week now." And Joe was like, and then Veronica's like, "Yeah, but he got the engagement ring before he did that, so he's like actually about you, like." Mm-hmm. But Julie's like, he lied to me. He's been lying to me this whole time. And Veronica's like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to spin it that way, yeah, I guess."
I mean, she's lying to him too.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Then Keith shows up, and Keith is livid because he sees Julie, and he told Veronica, "Don't take this Julie case."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Excuse me, Miss Julie, do you mind if you want to leave? Because I got to talk to Veronica for a few moments." And Julie's like, "Okay, well, I'm fucking shocked. I'm betrayed, and he's been lying to me, and I can't believe this." So Julie gets up and leaves in tears.
This is where I wrote down, has she not learned her lesson from the Russian mob witness protection? This is the exact same scenario. Yep. It's the exact same scenario.
So Julie runs out crying, and Keith goes, "Another satisfied Veronica Mars customer, huh?" I was like, good dig, man.
Yeah.
Good roast. And Veronica's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And Keith's like, are you actually sorry? Are you sorry that you took the case, or are you sorry that I found out? And Veronica's like, I'm be honest, I'm sorry for both. I thought that, I could use the money. I'm trying to save up for college and, Java the Hutt. It's not paying the bills and all this shit. And Keith is like, I told you not to take this case. You are a disobedient daughter and you don't know what you're doing. Like, you're 18. You think you can handle all this shit and you can't. And you can't get away with everything either because I know shit. And Veronica's like, okay. And he's like, yeah, you're taking cases that you think I don't know about. And you're spending the night at your little boyfriend's house all the time, which you think I don't know about. But I know. I've been outside. I've been taking pictures.
It's going to be, when she gets that Kane scholarship, it's really going to come into question getting the Kane scholarship while you're hooking up with their son.
Yep. And I thought that Veronica was going to call him out for like, oh, and you think I don't notice that you're sleeping over at Alicia's? I thought she was going to call him out.
No, she doesn't have a leg to stand on here. I mean, she can call him out, but he's still got parental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes into his office.
Also, Veronica's I don't think he's keeping it a secret from her necessarily.
Fair. So Keith goes into his office. Veronica's at the computer all dejected. And actually, this is where she notices Colin's web history that he looked up Julie's family's wealth 5 days ago. And
this is triggered because Keith says, you're not as clever as you think you are. Yeah. And then she's like, wait, I'm not as clever as I think I am. Let me re-look into the thing that I just told this lady.
Yeah. So she calls Julie and she's like, Julie, are you okay? I just discovered something. And she tells her about the web history thing. And Julie's like, oh shit, well, I just dumped him over the phone. Like, as soon as I left, I dumped Colin because he's a fucking lying, cheating ass, bitch ass.
Well, he's not cheating.
And Veronica's like, yeah, he's not cheating. But Veronica's like, he's not a gold digger. He actually liked you. And Julie's like, fuck.
Yeah, he says he actually liked you, but like he's not rich because he's been saying that he had a trust fund or something, or that he had a trust. But she's saying that he doesn't have a trust here. Yeah. And then Veronica goes, oh, so I get it now. Money matters. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, money matters. It's a real tricky turn here where they make it about, this is the thing I thought about having some time away from this episode. They make it seem like Julie is breaking up with this guy because he's not the rich guy he made himself out to be. But her initial thing was that she had been cheated on by a bunch of guys. So she was worried that this guy was cheating on her. And she was worried about being used for money.
Yeah.
But now they make it seem like doesn't want to be with this guy because she finds out that he actually isn't rich.
Yeah.
Which feels like a real turn of the episode to me that I think it's doing. Like, Julie has her own trauma of like being cheated on. Like, I wrote, like, Colin kind of dodged a bullet with this because she's like, she's not in a good place where you should like marry her at this point.
Yeah.
Like, where she's sicking an investigator on you to this point, and you guys are both playing the like I'm not rich game. Like, they're not there where you should be getting married, and she also knows nothing about you for you guys to be dating long enough to be ready to propose and convert to Judaism for.
Right.
But making her be all about money now, and it makes it seem like she's not into him because he doesn't have money, seems strange. And like, she has no reaction to him living and being friends with Nick Cage. She's like, oh, she's like, that's nothing to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Julie's weird.
I don't know. I just feel like the turn of it being, we'll get to the next part, but that it feels like a little much.
Yeah. So Keith shows up to Alicia's house and no one's home. He starts snooping through all of her files. He's doing some investigation on Alicia. Veronica's at home and she's folding laundry. She notices she's got Colin's handkerchief that she did laundry with, and she notices an insignia on Colin's handkerchief. And she's like, my mom's is an alcoholic. So when your mom's an alcoholic, you start to recognize a lot of bottle bottle.
She says when your
brands.
mom's an alcoholic, you spend a lot of time looking at bottles.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a reach.
Right.
and alcoholics aren't usually drinking the good stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
but she recognizes this insignia from the handkerchief from like a whiskey bottle.
And her dad keeps, obviously, who was married to an alcoholic. Who knows when she became an alcoholic, but they got a huge stash of liquor there. I know they were drinking wine before, so he drinks, but yeah.
So Veronica sends Julie a package in the mail, and it's filled with a bunch of stuff, and it's with a letter. And she's like, hey, I actually did some more digging.
I already cashed a check you sent me, so shut up.
Turns out Colin is actually way wealthier than any of us thought. He wasn't lying about having a trust. He's probably richer than both of us combined. His family seems to own this whiskey brand, and he just doesn't like the
Scottish. So.
Look, I don't drink. I don't know. But he doesn't like to flaunt his wealth, and he was pretending to be not rich as well. So you both were hiding that you were rich, and now you're both burned, or you got burned, Julie, basically.
Yeah, Julie has her problems, like no trust, like all that stuff, right? But now now they turned her into like not like a crazy jealous, just like Veronica's been the whole episode. But now she's like a like not a gold digger, but like, oh, I'm better than this. I don't want to be with a guy who doesn't have money, which is like not the craziest thing when she's been burnt by a bunch of guys who have been using her for her money.
Yeah.
And then Veronica, you've been feeding into this by giving her information along the way that has been false. Like you could have figured all this out and then report it, but you've been reporting stuff the whole way through and then like not giving her the full story the whole time. And then you send her this little, hey, you dropped the ball package to be like, dude, what?
Look at everything you're missing out on because you fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Julie's sitting in her house, like crying, head in her hands.
Yeah.
Frank's like, you fucked up, bitch. It's like, you fucked up.
Yeah, you didn't give her the full story. And now, is she going to send a package to Wallace like, hey, here's your $200. Never getting Jackie back because you ran out for me. Like, I don't, it's just a little too much. Like, Julie's got her issues, but I feel like this is a little too, like, screw you. And I think Julie could technically call Colin.
Yeah, she could get him back.
Like, they say it like he's out of town, or like if he found out, the thing that he would find out is that she hired Veronica and she came over to seduce him. That would be the thing that would make him go, fuck this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a little too hard, I think, this level of sending her like, oh, you only care about money now. And I'm like, I think she was really concerned about the infidelity, the multiple phone calls, the photo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So we then go to Keith. Keith gets a call at his office, and it's a client of his. And he's like, oh, yeah, Mr. Whatever. Let me check your file. Let's see how I concluded this thing. Your wife is cheating on you. I hate to tell you that. And the guy's like, that's not why I hired you. And Keith's like, oh shit, mixed up the files there. Your uncle's alive and well, and he lives in Hawaii.
Yo, Keith actually mentions the name of the guy who's being cheated on, and I was like, dude.
Yeah.
This is a small town, right?
Yep. So this leads Keith to the conclusion.
I hate this.
Yep. He goes to Veronica's room, and he's just standing there silently, and Veronica's like, what's up? He's like, hey, so I'm going to be real. I'm running for sheriff. I got a huge caseload. I actually need some help. And you're going to be helping me around the office if you want to. But just minimal stuff. You're not taking on cases fully. You're just looking up, records and stuff. And Veronica's like, I'm going to need a raise. And Keith is like, sure, whatever. He gives her like a weird silent point.
He wants her also to keep working at Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
And study so that she can get the cane the Kane Scholarship. This is a lot for her to be like answering phone calls at your place, probably running your campaign and working at Jabba the Hutt at night. It's too much.
And boning Duncan.
And boning Duncan and trying to find out who Curly is.
Yeah. Which she gets to right now. She looks up the...
But I want to say why I don't like this thing. Because everyone that has listened has known that I've been like, I'm tired of keep flip-flopping on like, help me and don't help me. Help me and don't help me. What I don't like about this scene is we get his office is super cluttered. He's fumbling around on the cases, right? It takes away that Veronica was wrong for everything she did with the Julie case.
Yeah.
Like, two things can be true. You need help at the office, but you told her not to take this case for Julie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you did that and you really messed it all up. Like, it went all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I've never hired a private investigator, but I feel like they would give you like daily updates into the stuff that they like in Veronica's like kind of defense.
No, you can't give it a defense of I'm going to give you a phone call and now I'm going to get closer to find out what's happening in the house. That is it. Get the full. Like, she called her, gave the address of where he was, and then decided to research more. Like, if she would have waited 5 minutes, she would not have sent that phone call.
Yeah, true.
That is bad. And that's just like TV, commercial break, set up something, whatever. But Keith said don't do it. She pretended that she was canceling the thing. Like, that's real defiant.
Yeah.
And then took the case on herself, said that she had to take it over because Keith said, maybe I can, so she shouldn't get off the hook for that. And it seems like he's letting her off the hook when he says, I do need your help. Like, two things can be true. She's wrong for that, but he does need her help for cases.
Yeah. So Veronica agrees to help him out, but then she does her own private research about who called Weevil. And she looks up the number and she finds out that it was from inside the house of Logan Eccles. So then she goes to school the next day and she confronts Logan about this. She's like, Weevil got an anonymous tip about Curly Moran. It came from your house. What do you know about this? And Logan's like, what would a day be without Veronica Mars accusing me of evil?
He twirls his fake mustache.
Yeah.
He is hand gesturing like crazy in this scene. He is.
As much as we talk about Keith's choices, Logan's are just as wild.
We don't see a lot of Keith and Logan together, but man, that has to be all wide shots because of the way they do.
The sparks that would fly.
Yeah.
So Veronica's like, so what do you know about this Curly Moran guy? And Logan's like, I don't fucking know a guy named Curly Moran. And Veronica's like, that's bullshit. Because I saw a poster in your house for The Long Haul where Curly Moran was the stunt coordinator on your dad's movie, The Long Haul. And Logan's like, that means fucking nothing to me.
Yeah.
And then Veronica's like, well, the phone call happened on this day. What were you doing that day? And Logan's like, I don't fucking... Wait. Actually, that was the same day as my Life is Short party. And he pulls out a flyer for the Life is Short party from his backpack. And Veronica's like, oh, shit. Okay, so now stuff is adding up. And then Logan's like, well, Weevil was at that party. And he crashed the party.
Yeah.
And then Sheriff Lamb came by to break up the party or to like just steal all the kegs. And Veronica's like, so what does this all mean? And Logan's like, fuck if I know, deuces. Veronica's like, okay, well, that's interesting.
It is wild how Logan, Duncan, Weevil don't seem to really be invested in solving what happened with this bus crash. Like, I think that would be the whole school year. The whole school year would be like, what happened with that crash? I guess.
Where the hell is Kristen Ritter? I want to see her again.
Yeah, I mean, what episode are we on? 4?
4.
Yeah, I mean, we got 19 more episodes left of this problem.
Better be back. I want to see her fine ass.
She's going to come in. Is she going to be dating? Oh, yeah, she's like Dick Casablancas was flirting with her.
Yeah, he was trying to mac on her. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make this prediction. I think Dick Casablancas is a virgin still in this show.
Oh, I like that prediction. I like that a lot.
When she said, "Oh, it could be Dick's condom wrapper," I was like, "Nah, he hasn't slept with anybody yet."
Yeah. That's a good. I like that prediction.
Yeah.
Flip it on its head. The guy shooting the gun sideways is a virgin. I love that. That's the shot in the intro credits for him.
Oh yeah, he made it to the intro credits.
Yeah, so did Beaver.
Yeah. Beaver with the glow up, man. Got the title of the last episode of the first season.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Gets his actual name, which we refuse to say, Cassidy.
You refuse to say and then say it.
Yeah. But yeah. So Veronica's left with that information. Mm-hmm. Keith is on the phone and he's been investigating Sherry Woods, which is Alicia's old moniker, and he figures something out. He's on the phone. He's like, what does he find out? Well, cut to the next scene. Mm-hmm. And Wallace is there working on his car, and he closes the hood, and behind the hood is Nathan Woods. And Wallace is like, hey. Nathan's like, hey. And Wallace is like, who the fuck are you? And Nathan's like, hey, Wallace. And Wallace is like, should I know you? And Nathan goes, you should. 'Cause I am your father. And Wallace goes, no, it can't be. It can't be.
I want Keith to be my dad.
That's where the episode ends. And your season 2 prediction has come to fruition, it seems.
Boom. Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's low hanging fruit. I was like, they mentioned that the dad is not there unless he had died.
Yeah.
And this is where we get a possible retcon.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like Wallace knew his father, or at least that the mom had left. It's something that they say when we see the mom the first time. She said, we left Chicago to get away from this thing or to do, like, she talks to Wallace as if he knows why they're leaving. Yeah. So this makes it seem like when this guy's like, I'm your father, I think Wallace knows who his father is. It seemed like from previous season, he knew who his father was. It wasn't a Veronica situation where she's like DNA testing Keith.
But yeah, I can't recall that, so I can't say for sure.
I mean, you can't recall what you said last episode. So
I can recall Kristen Ritter being in the show.
Stalker vibes.
Yeah, she's hot. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. Green-Eyed Monster. Did you like this one? Anything else to say about it?
It's okay. This one's okay. I'm a little torn with the whole Julie twist and like here's you fumbled the bag, Julie. Yeah. You lost out on the love of your life because
basically.
And it's like I mean they were both playing like I'm not rich to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was it also doesn't make sense that she went to his place, saw the photo, and didn't know it was Nick Cage's place, and they've been dating for how long? He's been house sitting for a year? I don't know.
Yeah.
Julie doesn't know who Keith Mars is and Veronica Mars. Or she does know, and I don't know.
Next episode is titled Blast from the Past. Keith confronting Alicia about Nathan Woods.
I feel like it's going to be something a little... You know what I'm going to predict?
Troy comes back?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm predicting Troy comes back. Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, everybody, for Green-Eyed Monster. Thanks so much for listening. Hop on our Discord. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatching Buffy. We're wrapping up Dollhouse today, last episode of Dollhouse. We're going to be doing The Matrix for August. Got that Jurassic World Rebirth one out there, which has been described by one of our Discord users as the quintessential boys watching podcast.
I gotta say, I think the movie podcast we've been on a roll with them. Yeah. I think it's some of our best podcast work
Yeah, we've been nailing the movies.
The Matrix episode is a must listen. The Jurassic World Rebirth is a must listen.
Yeah. Yeah, so check that out on Patreon. If you want to get a shout out, Apple Podcasts 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, send it into us. Or get something off that Amazon wish list, which we need to update now because we got some lovely gifts from Mark. So thanks again, Mark. Instagram at Boys Watching Buffy, TikTok at Boys Watching Buffy, boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about Blast from the Past.
My day is complete. Veronica Mars has accused me of evil.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.